Olá, chat, tudo bem? Hoje a gente vai reagir ao canal do Pint, ou da Pint, né? Sobre ela trair a guilda no WoW, né? Vamos ver como é que vai ser a história.
I decided to declare war on my World of
Eu
Warcraft
sabia que era um gnomo, mano.
guild. Now, you might be thinking, but why, Pint? I thought you were a good boy. Well, I'm gonna tell you. The arduous sin they committed. What they did to incite my divine wrath. They didn't give me this sword, and I want it. Back in Phase 1, this was one of the most sought after items in Molten Core. Well, you know, after Toep and Mana Igniting Core and Ring of Spellbound Choker. But Mageblade is clearly the best because look, it's a sword, it sparkles. Now I know, it's a reasonable drop rate and even warriors are getting it now. But somehow, after a whole year in Classic, this item has still evaded my poor little gnome. So who is to blame? Is it just unlucky? Is it just unfair?
Jogar ano no servidor clássico de WoW e não ter o item é foda, hein, mano? Caramba.
Is this video just an elaborate presentation for why I feel entitled to loot? So here's my guild history. At the launch of Classic, I joined a nifty little guild while I was leveling and was very set on my endgame goals. Pump, big numbers, pump, big damage, loot and gear, yes, power. And I hope to make some friends along the way. And you know, once I got to 60, I was pumping just fine and I had already made plenty of real homies. But the loot was about to take a turn for the worst. Now the first Mageblade that dropped went to a giga-pumping Chad Warlock. This guy was trying to stack as many world buffs as he could by like week 4. And he watched anime, so he was probably the main character of the raid, not me. So no complaints there, right? Well, that was until, you know, someone got made officer and decided, oh, I'm gonna leak the loot priority, haha. And you know, it's a good thing they leaked it, because the top 2 people on Prio for Mageblade were paladins. Okay, well, let's see where I am. Pint, fuck this guy. I'm never gonna give him any loot. I hate him. He's like Gnome Hitler. I fucking hate Pint. So yeah.
Meu Deus do céu, velho. Que horror, cara. Tá, se é uma arma boa pra o guerreiro e mago, por que o paladino tá pegando essa arma, mano?
Turns out my GM fucking hated me because of my epic YouTube gaming channel. Or maybe he hated the fact that I'd tell people to subscribe to Pint in raids. And he believed that my behavior was egotistical and virgin-like, which I can't disagree with. Between the constant lying, the 2-hour MC clear times, and the numerous e-girl scandals, me and the boys figured it was time to jump ship to a new guild. By now, I had gone 4 months without Mageblade, and my first guild disbanded later that week. But I am an optimistic gnome and can look at the future with a positive eye. I am sure in my new guild, Serenity, there will be no problems and things will be completely different, and I will definitely get the items I want.
Esse que é o problema, cara. Sabe o motivo de eu não jogar coisa de guilda e MMO no geral? Exatamente esse problema no WoW que pode acontecer no Ragnarok. É essa coisa tóxica de eu quero ser o melhor, eu quero ser isso, eu quero ser aquilo. No WoW é mais em relação à rolação de item, né? Apesar que o clássico é diferente do retail, que no retail resolveram esse problema de rolação de item, de você jogar dado, etc. O clássico manteve esse sistema. Que no Ragnarok, nossa, eu tava vendo a live da Misa ontem, gente, meu Deus do céu. Cara, a mulher é braba, ela detonou o pessoal do GVG, mano. Chamou o pessoal de Gaviões da Fiel, pra tu ter noção, mano.
Pretty good, but at the time they operated on a rolling system that, you know, I figured what could be more fair than Lady Luck? It seems pretty unlikely you're gonna go super long without getting anything. 12 more weeks without...
Tem a live da Misa gravada? Cara, se tiver no canal da Suprema, sim.
Getting my guiding moonlight. I saw freshly...
Não sei se eles mantêm VOD.
Capped 60s get it on.
Quero assistir? A gente pode assistir enquanto joga, então. Vou tentar ver lá. Mas eu assisti uns pedaços, nossa, tava muito bom. A mulher é braba mesmo, tá? Não tem papo na língua,
To
não.
them, it was just
Eu gosto de
an
gente
unlucky
assim.
hot streak of not getting any loot.
Quero muito
But for
ver
me,
isso.
it had been
Vou
more
ver se eu
than
acho
8
depois o...
months without getting a very specific item that I'd been pumping very hard to try and earn. The psychological iceberg of pent-up entitlement was about to tip. So, I decided I wasn't going to take it anymore and I quit the game to play that video game made for children where you grind every day in hopes for some arbitrary, random, mostly cosmetic improvement. Animal Crossing New Horizons, which I'll admit was kinda just like the gaming equivalent of Rebound Sex, so I fucking stopped kidding myself and came back to Azeroth. And since WoW Retail had mysteriously vanished after Legion, I decided to come back to Classic and give Serenity one final chance. I made a vow. If I don't get Mageblade right now, I am going to make a Horde tune and gank you all. I left it up to Lord's will, and when no loot from the boss dropped that I needed, the Lord said,
Pint, my son, don't let them hoes treat you bad. Ride up on them bitches and stomp them the fuck out.
Now I ain't no bitch. Okay, well maybe I'm kind of a bitch, but I'm not a bitch when it comes to loot. Your fate is sealed. Prepare to die. Well boys, let me tell you. There's only a few things more sweet than Mageblade, and revenge is one of them. You get what you fucking deserve. Bang. Meet Pint, my second mage in my little side project for the past few weeks. Look at how sad she is. It's because she
Nossa senhora, ele fez uma undead maga pra atrair o pessoal. Meu Deus.
doesn't have Mageblade. I'd sit on this tune getting boosted through dungeons by my absolutely new Chad of a guild who actually love and respect me. After taking about 2 weeks to get to level 40, I decided to go fucking sicko mode on them and use my full power. Mage be nimble, mage be quick, mage level fast and suck your dick. I started off
Os memes de mage ser bem roubado continuam, né, mano? Anos após isso, caralho.
in Zul'Farrak doing a newfound zombie farm and was getting about 140,000 XP per hour.
Meu amigo do céu, olha o grind das pessoas, mano.
No, this isn't cheating, this is completely fine, what are you talking about? Whilst my friend was leveling like a normal fucking person, getting about 25,000 per hour. What a fucking casual, ugh!
Wait, why am I sheeped? Hello? What? Hi! Oh my god!
Nossa, meu ouvido. O vídeo tava baixo, eu aumentei. Tá estourando agora.
In only about 10 hours of gameplay, I had gone from level 40 to level 55. But oh shit! My guild's doing a molten core, and I'm level 55. So I need to get attuned and put this puppy into full gear. So with the help of a demigod warlock who is unfazed by solid matter, I managed to get my molten core attunement just in the nick of time. Now in this molten core, my guild actually let me roll on loot under the pretense that I would hit 60 within the next week. I received a mediocre belt, a comfortable pair of mittens, and one of the best, most sought after rings a mage can get in the whole game. And I couldn't even equip any of it. Yeah, I'm definitely in the right guild. From there I made my way to Zul Guru, where I opted to beat my head against a brick wall for fucking hours on end because I'm too stubborn. I will get this eventually. Fuck! Until my skill prevailed and I was getting about 300,000 XP per hour, which is quite literally the
Cara, na moral, mano, como que esse pessoal consegue jogar assim, mano? Eu sei que isso aqui é o modo mais otimizado, eficiente possível, roubado, absurdo, quebrado. Mas, cara, meu Deus do céu.
fastest leveling method in the entire game, bringing me from level 58 to 60 in about 90 minutes. If my last video didn't convince you to play mage, these fucking leveling speeds should. Now
É insuportável fazer isso, eu nunca vou entender, mano. Ah, gente, em 90 minutos eu consegui 3 níveis usando essa coisa aqui antiética, né, mano?
I could finally equip my epic items.
90 minutos só, mano.
Wow! I look the exact fucking same! Unfortunately, I couldn't make it to raid the next week, so one of my friends gave me some extremely wise advice. Pint, you should start a GDKP, also, you are cool. Now, if you don't know what a GDKP is, essentially everyone bids on items for gold, and then all of that gold is divided amongst all the raid members at the end of the raid. Now, seeing as I'm playing on an American server, I figured I'd embrace the culture a little bit and indulge in one of the country's oldest traditions. Violent capitalism. So I got some of my friends
A Remika ia adorar, mano. Capitalismo e violência, meu Deus, velho.
together and I made a nifty little Discord and I started spamming trade chat more than any of my competitors like the anime villain I am. Anytime a mage would whisper me, I'd go to their Warcraft logs and check if they needed any of the gear that I needed. And if they did, well, we'd be conveniently full on mages. How unfortunate. And somehow by the time
Nossa, olha o plano dele, cara. Os mages queriam entrar na guilda pra disputar, obviamente, a arma. Ele olhava o alt-key da pessoa, falava, ah não, a gente tá com o mago cheio na guilda já. Olha isso, mano, olha o nível.
raid came around, we had multiple
Me assusta quem foi o primeiro cara a pensar isso na moral, mano.
Thunder Fury wielders, a Scarab Lord, and a High Warlord all in the raid ready to go. After a home run from Gar and a Shazra Shinobi, morale was still looking high and some pretty swanky items had dropped. We defeated Ragnaros the Fire Lord and it was time to let the vultures feast. I got a nice pair of Yeezys for pretty cheap, I got some sweet new gloves to finish up my 3 set, and won the tier 2 pants at a hearty 75 gold. After the rogues had finished bidding on their second-hand Eagle Bloodfang pants,
You are not a Chad.
Oh damn.
we decided it was time to start auctioning the most coveted of items. My feet pics! Whew! Hold on. You just looked at my feet. Wait, do you feel that? It's the cold, unblinking eyes
Jesus Cristo, o que eu tô assistindo? Tira o Nian da sala, gente. Tira o Nian da sala, mano.
of your ISP, hackers, and the Queen of England. But worry not, my dear viewer, because with ExpressVPN
Ah, publi, gente. Viu a publi agora. Ó a publi. Como é que começou essa publi por causa de foto de pé, tá?
you can
Entendi.
keep all of your activity hidden and encrypted, so that neither Her Majesty nor anyone else can see what you're doing online. Now you can watch all of those Felix makeup tutorials you've been wanting to watch without anyone knowing. It's okay. Your secret's safe with me. But that's not all. I know you have plenty of time to catch up on all those Netflix shows while you wait for Blizzard to fix Shadowlands PvP. What's that? The hip new show is region locked and you can't watch it? Well, with ExpressVPN you can change your location.
As publis são muito
one
boas,
click
são.
and
Eu
watch
tô
any
vendo.
show from anywhere in the world. Look at how easy it is. Even a mage could do it.
Engraçado que esse vídeo de 3 anos atrás, né? Então todo mundo esculachava essas VPNs. Agora que a Europa e os Estados Unidos estão passando leis pra banir conteúdo ou você ter que botar sua identidade pro Discord vazar, agora tá todo mundo usando VPN de novo, né? Como é que é a história, né?
Let's see, what do you guys like? Oh, okay. So I decided to watch the critically acclaimed anime movie Mary and the Witch's Flower, which is only available in the US. But with ExpressVPN, I was able to change my location and watch the whole thing without a...
Bom, outros motivos pra eu não assinar Netflix, não assinar outras coisas, eu só tenho um Prime Video porque eu compro coisa na Amazon. Essas porcarias são travadas em região. Tem o Modal Zushi, gente, na Netflix. Ou é no Prime Video? Não sei. Que você só assiste se você for europeia ou americana. Brasil? Que se for do Brasil. Basicamente é o que eles pensam, cara. Acho isso horrível, horrível, péssimo, um lixo, idiota, imbecil. Meu Deus do céu, mano.
problem. And you know, I gotta say, I quite liked it. Wait a minute. This is copyright infringement. Expect to be hearing from my lawyer. Find out how you can get 3 months free by clicking the link in the description box below at expressvpn.com/pint. Back to the video.
Mas, gente, eu vou procurar um patrocínio de VPN pra vocês, hein? Que já já o Brasil vai meter a mesma lei, tá bom? Só avisando.
Thanks to my Asmongolding, which is, yes, now a verb, I have been receiving hefty stimulus packages from simps and e-girls alike. And this allowed me to purchase the Talisman of Ephemeral Power for only 700 gold, which I could have spent on at least 1,400 Night Elf lap dances. So, maybe it was a waste of money.
Eu vou ter que censurar esse vídeo, mano. Ah, ele tá naquele servidor que é de roleplay 18+, mano.
Song Mage Blade. I laid down hard with a fat one.
Ah, meu anime favorito tá nisso de região. Meu Deus, é a Moonguard, né? Exatamente, mano. Eita, vídeo novo do Pint? Não, não é não, meu amor. Esse é um vídeo antigo que eu tô reagindo. Que eu moro numa caverna. Mas eu já adorei esse canal. Vou escrever agora nele, mano.
That's how I got my Song. Wait, no, what the fuck, dude? You're a warrior. I know what this is. This guy's trying to bid me up, so I end up paying more gold. But I can't afford this, man. I give up. Wait. Oh.
Don't say anything.
I won't. Oh. Maybe socialism has its merits, after all.
Nossa, a arma que ele não conseguiu por um ano na gnoma dele, ele conseguiu tranquilamente na undead dele. É guilda versus guilda, né, cara? Esse que é o problema, mano. Você tá maluco, mano. Meu Deus, velho. O fator social mais tóxico desses jogos é exatamente isso aqui que eu tô assistindo. Triste, achei que era vídeo novo. Bem-vindo, Doggion. Você tava sumido.
As the righteous, upstanding, obviously good guy Alliance gnome that I once was, I must admit the dark side had clearly wormed its way into my heart.
O pior inimigo da guilda é a própria guilda. Então por isso que eu não tenho guilda, gente. Já me chamaram várias vezes.
Now I had become a big, fat, stinky Zug. And since Horde are clearly the bad guys in World of Warcraft, it was...
Ah, claro que hoje a Horda são os vilões, né? Claro. Eu adoro esse pensamento de pessoal que joga aliança, mano. Muito bom, mano.
To claim my vengeance. Nay, justice. I figured Serenity would be my perfect target, so what dastardly plan could I conjure? Simple, really.
Ah, inimigo da guilda é o cara aqui no meu lado, mano.
Hit him with the oldest trick in the book. A goblin sapper charge and some AoE damage from a few mages can wipe an entire raid in seconds. So I had a team to assemble. First of all, set up a shadow Discord and get all of your mage friends in there. Set up a certain time and place to meet. Get an alliance tune to kill us in a very specific spot so that our bodies are hidden but we can still res right where Serenity would be. But let's not forget the most important piece of the puzzle. My good friend Bradshaw. Bradshaw still raided with Serenity and thus would be my man on the inside. He would tell me what layer they were on, because back then layers were still a thing.
Nossa senhora, mano. Eu acho que aquilo de matar e você entrar dentro do lugar porque você tá morto e você tem que ressuscitar, eu acho que deveria ser considerado um bug, né? Mas tá. Mano, o cara realmente se vingou da guilda dele. Tá maluco, velho. Que isso, mano.
But, you know, they've since removed them, but, you know, they were back then, it's old footage, So the night came, and half the mages on the roster didn't fucking show up, but that's okay. Cause we were all there at the gates of AQ, ready to, dunk on them hoes. We see them on the horizon, and suddenly, all of my hardships, my pain, my suffering. Finally, a shot at redemption. A shot at justice.
Olha o dano, gente. 39, 709. Olha, rapaz.
So yeah, we only killed like 3 people, but one of those people was Kitiara, who was usually Serenity's top pumpin' warrior, but he died on the first boss, so the fact that I killed him doesn't matter. So the next day I finished up a GDKP and I'm going to turn in my items when I see Serenity is summoning people on the roof to get their ZG buff. Well, I still have a couple sappers in my inventory, what if I just After getting my ass promptly beat, my guild talks about needing some backup at the gates of AQ while they summon. I figured Serenity's raid time would be soon, so I head over to help out. My guild zoned into AQ, and shortly after, Serenity arrived at the gates, which I proudly defended to my extremely dying breath. Not gonna lie, boys, felt kinda humiliated at this point. Despite my later run-ins with Serenity being pretty coincidental, I presume they took it as an act of further aggression, so I decided to embrace my meme even further. All shall kneel beneath my foot, witness me, oh. So they kicked me from the guild Discord, and I don't know, man, maybe it wasn't worth it. Leveling a whole other character, crying about not getting given fucking nah. Fuck that. This is the only fun I can have in this fucking game anymore. Creating my own roleplay PvP experience is really fun. I'd recommend it. Whether your character is Orcman McZuggyZug, who terrorizes the lobbies of Duskwood, or Sir Chad, the guy that PvPs without a chestplate and flexes after every kill. Making a name for yourself with a fun PvP gimmick and a bit of a story is, in my opinion, one of the most fun things you can do in Classic. Because in the end, the only thing better than killing strangers online is killing your friends. I don't hate Serenity, I just want bloodshed. You think my conquest would be so easily thwarted by feelings? My friend, if I was going to give up so easily, I'd have already done it by now. This was only the beginning. Soon I would begin my...
Assim, era meio óbvio, né, que o pessoal ia descobrir que Ponte, o Undead, era ele fazendo essas traquinagens, então quicaram ele da guilda. É óbvio, né?
My training with some of the most distinguished PvPers on the server, such as Wukul. Slowly, my power grew, and I gained some mad clout in the white main PvP community. I would make my faction proud. I'd already killed a few at the gates of AQ, so all I had to do was hunt down the rest of them and drive them into the ground like the dogs they are. Loktar, for the Alliance, kill number 1, Kitiara, again, cause he was online, so... I head over to Booty Bay with a mage pal to pump some frostbolts into him. He pops shield wall, but unfortunately, that's not enough to save him from the fact that warriors, upon entering combat with a mage, are clinically diagnosed with erectile dysfunction, swiftly followed by deleting your character and turning you gay. I even managed to
Meu Deus do céu, velho. Cacete.
get a few bites in before we made our great escape. I'm passing BM right now, my dude. Kill number 2, and Zalia. I track him down to Eastern Plaguelands and I start hunting. I find him and clap his human female cheek several times. We have an epic chase scene which ends in him unfortunately dead yet again, followed by him taking res sickness and porting. Mwah. I decide to call it a night and I snuggle into bed feeling great about myself. And sleep without an ounce of remorse. I log on the next day and who do I find? Anzella. Oh, but he's AFK. I couldn't kill a man without him being here. I'll just lower his health so that when he comes back, he can see my face before he eats the dirt. Feels pretty good to camp someone who has better gear than you. But eventually I got bored and moved on when I was told by Bradshaw that Anzella didn't know who I was and also didn't really speak English, so he couldn't understand my incessant shit-talking. Now I already knew this was gonna take a while. So I thought back to my training and remembered the ancient technique passed down through generations. Young Pint, today I teach you the art of having more people on your team. So I began recruiting a valiant set of knights to do my bidding.
Que diabo é isso, mano?
I would be the Twitch Eagle streamer, and they...
Nossa, sempre esculacham essa garota, meu Deus do céu, velho.
My humble chat mods. I'd reward them with 10 gold per kill and a shout out in my next video, so now the whole world knows that you guys are fucking cheap clout chasers, Lamau. And of course Serenity saw the bounty that I'd placed on them. Some would say it lacks subtlety, but I'd say it's an alpha gamer move. So, one late night in Hinterlands, my first pupil, Chillbra, head out to scoop up a couple kills on Shinarino, and he even cannibalized after. God, he makes me so proud. But he didn't get the kill on the Thunder Fury tank, so I'm gonna have to bump him down to an A-. Still, that's 2 kills. Also, he killed Laser Chicken, but I don't know who that is, so. Next up, Melandra. After getting a sloppily screenshotted kill on Angelzor, she did manage to get a tasteful one-shot on Marty McFarty. And finally, Viscount. My right-hand man and my tier 3 sub. This guy leveled a Horde Toon just to help kill Serenity. He camped Silithus all day and night, and this guy had more kills on Serenity than me. Dude, he's dangerous. So I head over to Silithus to help him camp one night, and I see Tilo. This guy who laughed at me. We hit him with some pyroblasts until eventually he flies out of town, never to be seen again. Until Viscount pulls a 400 IQ move of predicting that he was going to Tanaris. We land in Gadget-san and see who other than T-Lol, who of course runs to the inn to use his hidden technique of logging off and shit-talking in Discord once again. We waited in the inn for him to log back on.
Nossa senhora, o cara deslogou, velho. Quando eu vi o cara, meu Deus.
On for a whole 50 minutes before we decided to pack it in for the night. And unfortunately, this was the beginning of a pattern with Serenity. The next day, I tracked down another member to Blackrock Depths, and I waited outside for 40 minutes, but he never came out. Even Melandra, in hopes to get some extra credit, and some boys from the guild camped the portal room to catch Serenity as they ported in. And while we spilt plenty of Alliance blood,
A Belly teu filho, meu Deus, mano.
none of it was Serenity. I even took my massacre to Ironforge, but still, no Serenity. Every day, the amount of people online in Serenity dwindled. I knew my time was limited, and in my desperation, I put up all the money that I had left. 1,000 gold to anyone who wiped Serenity. Chilbra and Viscount decided to plan the final assault. They gathered a much larger kill squad than last time, completely ready to kill Serenity once and for all, to claim the 1,000 gold bounty. But there they were, outside of AQ.
Ninguém veio.
It's been 3 weeks since Serenity has not been seen raiding. The raid leader left the guild amongst some others. Was it unrelated? Does having an angry LARPing gnome biting at your guild's ankles cause some damage over time, or am I giving myself too much credit? Who knows? So, is this it?
Ou seja, era só dar a arma, cara. Era só isso. Só isso.
Did I win?
Meu Deus, velho.
The past few weeks have been some of the most fun I've had in Classic. The role-playing, the companionship, the enemies. Serenity may have died, but not in the way I'd hoped. When the ranking system and the raid buff culture offered no entertainment, Serenity was there to keep me playing. To give me a reason to log on, a reason to go out in the world. But here I stand, with everything I ever wanted, and yet, at what cost? I have Mageblade, and although my slaughter was shorter than I'd hoped, here I am, missing Serenity. Because after all, what is the hunter without the hunt?
Nem ferrando que ele destruiu a arma na Undead. Nem ferrando. Eu não acredito nisso aqui, mano. Eu não acredito, não. Mas não acredito mesmo. O vento aqui tá querendo derrubar a casa. Jesus tá muito forte, vixe.
It's me, Pint, from Dancing. Now, most of you people aren't subscribed, so if you like this content, please do it. Also, Patreon, previews, tutorials, blah 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 blah. And I'm probably gonna stream, so follow my Twitch, please. Anyways, I'd like to thank all of Serenity, and especially Marvy, the GM, for being a good sport throughout this whole thing. I'd also like to thank Sweppy for some of the art you've seen in this video. Here's their Twitter. Also, my hard drive failed and I moved out of my parents'.
Ele é menino, mas ele gosta de arte de mulheres. A personagem dele é feminina, chat. Interessante, né?
How's my life feeling, Popeye?
Interessante, mano. Muito bom, mano. Muito bom, mano. Obrigado aí, Redanco, pelo react, cara. Foi muito bom esse react.